This episode is brought to you in collaboration with Activ8 Sports Therapy in Hyde. Chelsea at Activ8 Sports Therapy is an expert sports therapist and rehabilitation specialist who runs the clinic. They provide everything from injury assessment and treatment to strength and conditioning advice. Whether you're dealing with a niggle or working towards a spring marathon, get in touch over at Activ8 Sports Therapy.
Welcome to episode 131 of the Local Runners podcast, the podcast by runners for runners, and we are your hosts. I'm Emma Smith.
I'm Mark Bowsey.
I'm Cara Taylor.
I'm Leo Lochran.
I'm James Archon.
I'm Rachel Horrocks.
I'm James Moles.
And I'm Claire Finch.
Look at that for a takeover. I love it. So we're going to talk a little bit about our running goals and where we're at the moment with our training, and then we're going to go into a discussion point, aren't we? So who'd like to go first with where they're at with their training? Go on, Mark.
You're looking at me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's never straightforward with me, is it? Right, so the main thing on the horizon for me is Manchester Marathon, and you may have heard me speak before about my unorthodox marathon training. And it's no different this time. So where are we? Just less than 3 weeks away from Manchester Marathon. I run quite a bit. Those of you who know me know I do, but it's just the long Sunday runs that I struggle to fit in, and it's been no different this time. But I have been out, managed the last 3 or 4 Sundays, got out for a decent amount. Not quite enough for where I'd like it to be, but managed 16 last week, 17 yesterday, despite the god-awful weather. And then hopefully we'll get out for 20 miles next week. That's the plan, and I might sort of be vaguely somewhere where I don't know where I need to be, but close to normal really, and then it'll be in the lap of the gods on 2 weeks on Sunday in Manchester. So it'll either go really well, okay, or as it's done in the past, I'll blow up monumentally, but we'll see. So that's where I am regarding to that.
You're going to share what really well would be?
Oh, do I have to?
No?
Okay. Well, my PB is 3 hours 42. That was, when was that? 2022. And that was probably, surprisingly, the only time when I've nearly trained properly. Who'd have thought that, hey? Really, looking at my other times, I should be able to get that quite a bit lower, but that would be if I trained properly. So it's normally between there and 4 hours. If I get under 4 hours, that always seems a bit of an achievement for me. But you never know. On a good day, with the wind behind me, literally, I'd hope to get near that PB, but I'm not committing to everything. Who knows?
You run no better though now, Mark. You run a lot faster.
Thank you. Yeah.
See it all the time, park runs, don't I? So.
Yeah, this year's been better for some reason. I think it's just, like we always say, sometimes you feel like you're going backwards, things are going worse, you're getting older, injuries are kicking in and stuff, but if you keep the consistency there, it does come back round. You can sort of defy age. It's just running's a bit of a roller coaster, it's a cliche, but keep consistency there and the mileage there, and it does come back. So yeah.
Me? Sorry, that's Cara. I'm not following a training plan or anything like that at the moment. So I'm just trying to stick to around 30 miles a week. 10Ks, a long run at the weekend. I've got Chester half in May, so making sure that I keep the long runs going. I've just got my 10k PB at Chester 10k, so that was good, and my 5k PB at the weekend, so I'm just sort of chipping seconds away here and there, so I'm just enjoying my running at the moment.
And your PB was at Hyde Park Run?
Hyde,
I think that's a tough park run as well.
Quite a lot off, so I need to go and do a flat one.
Oh, yeah. At least a minute off.
Yeah.
You went to Alex or
We're doing, I'm in Mosley Running Club, and we're doing a bit of a cup at the moment, so I've just been, every month it's a different part run, and it's your best time that month, so I've been sort of motivated to run as fast as I can, basically. Yeah. And I was second woman, and I was so excited.
Amazing
genuinely, I went up to the first woman, who was like a child, and was like, oh, well done. Yeah, podium place. I won't forget it.
Brilliant. Leo?
Myself, just been out there putting the training in for 50 miles due on Friday, Good Friday. All started back in January, and I've just been consistent since, reaching 98 miles week in, week out, roughly. So yeah, just a goal, just one goal I've got, that's that, and just this Friday and Tour of Tameside training for really.
Yeah, it's coming quick,
That's
isn't
it.
it now?
So I'm trying to set the record straight. I've done it 3 times, Manchester, Liverpool. I've won it once. This time I'm going to break the record. So I just want to see how I do first, but that's the main goal. It's just to get there and break the record, which is 5 hours 30.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm going.
It is.
So I've been out every day, smashing out 14, 15 mile days. So 15, so trying to get the mileage up as high as I can. I think volume's more important than anything else.
Yeah.
Speed come later, won't it? That's it really. It's me. Training wise,
That's
anyway.
just a huge amount of training and a big event in a couple of days.
Just volume really, just volume. Yeah, I've been attending the park runs as well, like, because it's important to keep your speed going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've done the Tameside one as well a couple of weeks ago when that was on. That was my fastest day. That was my fastest 5k in months. So that was quite good.
At the Tameside 5k.
Yeah, the Tameside 5k. That was my fastest 5k up to date this year and last year probably. Since
There's a sea of 5k PBs going on so far, yeah.
Well, training wise, yeah, that's it really. Just keeping the training going and just keep miles going up, and that's it really. That's
Brilliant.
it.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing now about how it goes.
I don't know.
James?
Well, for me, it's been a stop-start for the first 3 months of this year. I've had like, IT band issues before Valencia last year, and it's kind of carried on to this year. So I've had like about 4 weeks of consistent training now. I were considering doing a marathon end of the year, but I decided to knock that on the head and just try and get back to previous times. So my aim is now just work on my short stuff. I like to get back under 18 minutes again for 5k and hopefully under 37 again for 10k. So that's my aim this year, just try and get the times down, just be consistent. And that's it really. Not much more goals than that. A bit boring really.
For now.
Yeah.
Things change, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Rachel?
So I'm a bit like Cara really. I'm not doing a marathon this year. I've got a couple of halves booked. So at the minute I'm trying to mix up my running with some gym work, and I'm really struggling to fit everything in, and stupidly I've entered a try, and I don't know who I think I am because I can't even ride bike properly. I'm scared of changing gears, and so I need to get some swimming and bike riding in, and I'm just doing weights at the gym, and there's not enough days in the week at the minute to fit everything in, so I'm trying to, my running it's taking a back seat sometimes because I'm sore from the gym or I need to go swimming, so I need to sit down and plan out my weeks better rather than just winging it and then missing runs because I'm tired. I'm not having any rest days. My daughter's at university doing sports rehab, and she keeps saying, where are your rest days? And I'm like, I've done one this week. And that's why you're tired and that's why you're grumpy all the time. So yeah, I need to just work some sort of routine out for myself at the minute. But yeah, so I've got the try in July, I've got the Manchester half, I think that's my next big one in May, then of course the tour. But I always wing the tour and somehow get round. But yeah.
Which try are you doing?
It's called Diva Divas. It's in Chester. So you actually, the swim is in the river. So I'm hoping that there's a decent current and it'll just pull me down. Yeah.
Not down. You don't want to be pulled down.
No, it's
Pull your
go
line.
with the current. I think I'm not just like get one of them shark fins that the kids used to wear at swimming lessons. Because I'm not a very good swimmer either. I really don't know why I've entered. I got away with it for years because it was always the same weekend as our annual ball at work. So I was like, I can't. I've got to go to the charity ball. I can't do it. And this year they've decided to move the ball from July to September. So I'm like, ooh, I've got to do it.
What distance is it?
So it is, I think it's 750 swim, 25k bike and a 5k run. So I think that's a sprint isn't it?
Distance.
Yeah.
It's still hard, isn't it? It doesn't matter how far.
I really don't know who I think I am. I haven't got a bike. I'm going to have to borrow my husband's bike.
You'll have to go on the cycle track.
Yeah, so last year we hired the cycle track out and we used to just do sessions there, and Mike Mason used to run them. But last summer he was hiring it for 2 hours, so we'd do running for the first hour and then you can get on your bikes for the second hour. So yeah. I'm gonna learn how to change gear on a bike.
before July.
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, so that's me really, just plodding on, winging it.
Brilliant. James?
Yeah, my train's been a little sporadic as well. After I did Budapest Marathon last year, I knew I had to let my hip work out what was going on with my hip. So it's been quite interesting. Finally got an MRI that's turned around and said it's all kinds of sacroiliac joint issues that then causes sciatica down the leg. And it's just really hindered the training in terms of getting it right until a few weeks ago started getting the mileage a little bit further. But each time I got to about 20k, the glute on the left hand side was going into what they call guarding mode, and it was just compressing the sciatic nerves to the point where I had to stop. So I was just like, I've got Manchester Marathon, I'm not going to do it, there's just no need. And then last weekend I thought, I'm just going to go up to Peel. So I ran from mine to Peel Park, and I thought, I'm just going to do laps of Peel Park and see what happens. And I'm suddenly doing 30k at sub 3 hour marathon pace, and I just went, where in heaven's name has this suddenly come from? And no pain at all. So this afternoon I've just been on the treadmill, and admittedly treadmill, no resistance, but I've managed to do 20 miles on the treadmill.
I wish I had that problem.
And I've sat at about 6.50 a mile pace for 20 miles on the treadmill. So I am going to do Manchester now, but I've said I'm going to pace a client round to 3 hours 10, so that there isn't the pressure on me to be going stupid. Albeit now I wish I hadn't agreed to pace him round, because I'm just like, okay, probably could have gone a bit faster. But it does keep the pressure off. So I'm just keeping my strength training in there as well. I'm putting no pressure to go and do big sessions at the moment. I am going to the track, but I am literally going to the track and sitting at 6 minute mile pace rather than 5:20 or what have you, just so that this keeps where it needs to be. And because I didn't know how long this injury was going to take, I've only actually got one other race booked in, and that's September, which is the Gritstone Grind. I must be mad. But yeah, I thought, why not? Let's go and do another biggie. So we'll see what happens. I want to get through the marathon, see how this all feels after the marathon. If it feels good, then I'll start to re-enter races and start to think about how I get those sessions back in. But I think the biggest thing, having gone over 50 and knowing what's wrong with me, is trying to do sessions on the track and going around that bend for half of the time and into the leg which has got the problem. I just don't think I can keep doing it. So I've got to do my sessions and my speed work now either on straight paths or on the treadmill, and that's the only way I'm going to keep it going. So it's just all those adaptations you need to keep doing as you get older as a runner, if you want to keep doing it, basically.
Yeah, I don't think 20 miles on the treadmill sold it to anybody though. All around there.
You can always watch a movie.
So many people turn around. So there's two good things for it. Number one, I think I said this when I was on the podcast last time. If you can sit on a treadmill for 20 miles, up here in the mind, it's then, when you're going into that race, it's easy because you're outside with loads of people.
I agree.
Yeah.
The second part for me today, I didn't go to my normal gym, I went to a different gym. And there's mirrors everywhere, and it allowed me to sit and watch how I was running, and particularly my arm drive, and particularly how my legs were kicking up behind me, and just that focus on making sure I was doing it right. And whenever I was fatiguing or I could feel the glute not working, I put my hands on the front of the treadmill and just for 30 seconds at a time force my heels. I was over exaggerating the running cycle behind me, whereas I wouldn't do that if I was outside. So I found lots of benefits today to going and doing that. Boring, it may well be, but good.
Worked for you.
Good run.
Yeah, brilliant.
I normally run mine looking at pink wallpaper.
Lovely.
Yeah. At least you got a mirror.
Leo goes now buying a mirror.
Everybody, for years and years, everyone has turned around to me, and I absolutely know it, that my arm action is well known. If you ever hear JP when I'm running past him with his camera, he's like, arms. He thinks I run like a drummer boy. So it really was useful today to actually see, are my arms going backwards far enough so that my extension backwards on my leg is going far enough and helping the glute work. So that's what I was really focused on. So it's really interesting.
Yeah. There'll be a queue now for the treadmills in the gym. Thanks to the
Absolutely.
mirrors. Now there's a new problem.
Please don't. Oh no. It's terrible. Don't treble the track. Awful.
Claire?
There's a theme here, isn't there? It's all about getting strong for me at the minute. I had my results of my MRI back, and it showed, the only thing that it showed, it didn't show a stress fracture, thank goodness, but the only thing it did show was mild fraying of the labrum on the back of my hip, which just means it was causing irritation. So I've just got to get really strong glutes, get really strong hips, and stabilise that area so it doesn't get irritated. So, gym. So I've been in the gym and I've been doing my strength training every single night, and I'm just getting there now with being able to run pain-free in my groin and my hip. However, in the process, I've peed off my Achilles. So I'm now managing an Achilles issue as well, which, again, gym, car phrases, hammering them, getting there.
Yeah.
So I can manage 30 minutes at the minute, every other day. So we're getting there, we're getting progress. Had to make the heartbreaking decision of deferring London Marathon this week, which didn't sit very well with me, but I couldn't do it for one. And the other thing is, it's a club place and I wanted to do the club justice. So
Yeah.
that's the most important thing for me.
Might have a choice of days on which to do it next year.
Potentially, yeah.
You've got a tour player, haven't you? Never tour.
I've not got a tour now.
No.
I'm not touring this year.
Okay.
No, I have got Manchester half booked in. So fingers crossed I get right for that. But if not, I'm not sweating about it. The most important thing at the minute is getting strong and getting running pain free again.
When's the half? When's that?
30th of May.
May.
That's the one.
Oh, the Great Manchester one.
Great
Yeah.
Manchester.
Yeah.
There's one at the end of May and one in October.
Yeah. So we've got that. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But it would be really nice if it did.
If you can get there for them.
Yeah.
Well, I'll continue with the theme of the getting stronger, working around injury. So with my all the problems I've had with my knee, mine's about managing what I've got going wrong with my knee, and strength is the biggest thing. But it's always the first thing to go, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and you think, oh, I've only got half an hour. Do I do strength or do I run? And I'm just terrible for making the wrong choice all the time. So I've learnt my lesson twice now, so hopefully I won't be an idiot for a third time of making that happen. So I'm just working around it, making sure I strengthen my knee. Ironically now, it doesn't hurt when I run, it just hurts day to day when I'm walking, and I feel like I can live with that. So I feel better now that I'm struggling day to day, but okay when I'm running. I made the decision not to do a marathon for the first time in I don't even know how many years. So your April marathon. But I was just sat thinking something's not right, I've got to book a marathon. So I booked the Chester Triple, which I've never done before, I'd never even heard of it before. So we did the Chester 10k, didn't we, Karen? And then, like we said, the half is in May and then the marathon in October. Just with the mindset that I've got a marathon book, so it'll keep me focused, but also later in the year. My only worry is I've never really done a marathon later in the year. So it's a whole different type of training, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely.
Lovely to train.
It's lovely to train.
But anything could happen in October. But that's the plan. But I'm just going to take it. I'm literally taking my training week by week with my knee and making sure it behaves.
The most important thing with the October races is getting your long runs done very early on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
You've got to, I know lots of people, albeit the weather's poor at the moment.
Can I ask the
has
question?
been.
Why is a long run going to be done on a Sunday? Like,
Oh, come in.
Yeah.
Whatever day you
It's
want.
just early.
I have
just
done
early.
mine today, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, because of that heat,
Yeah.
it's rethinking what you've got to do and really being mindful of, actually, do you know what, it's going to be 22 degrees, I need to be out by 7 o'clock
I'll probably
in the
be
morning.
messaging you come June, July, like, James.
Can I borrow your treadmill?
But I have finally as well joined a club, so I've joined East Cheshire now as well.
Yay.
So I'm doing sessions with James on a Wednesday.
Yep. You're doing very well.
And he's made it, we've sort of made it his goal and my goal to get my 5k time.
Yes.
Try and get that 5k PB. I'm putting it on James now, I'm flipping
Yes.
it on you to help me get a 5k PB by the end of the year. So yeah, all good. All good. So like we was talking then about London and snuck in then, that's going to be our discussion point, isn't it now? The London Marathon. what they have announced this week for potentially next year. So it's been announced, hasn't it, that they're looking at the 2-day format from next year. So everybody is smiling, but we're going to have a little discussion about what we think about it, pros, cons, initial thoughts. What was everyone's initial thought when they saw it?
I'm lost. What's happened?
Oh, Leo don't even know. Leo's not saw it.
No, I saw it.
So London Marathon have announced, very vague, isn't it, what their announcement of potentially going to a 2-day event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Apparently they're in advanced talks.
Yeah. There's no details at the moment about...
But they've put it on social media, haven't they? So they've done enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no information if it's going to be like more club places, more good for age places, more charity places. There's no information like that at the moment, just the fact that it's going to be 2 days.
Yeah.
I think they said it'd be 50,000 people each day, haven't they? So it's slightly less than...
Yeah.
But obviously more put together, but it'd be not as crowded, I guess.
But one of the days will always be marathon day, won't it?
Yeah.
One day will have more media cover. Will the supporters still be out for 2 days?
So why do we think it's been considered? Why do you think the idea
it's in demand?
Yeah.
Demand.
1 million people apply for it. 50,000 places.
Is it just a money-making thing
Well,
to
that as
make
well.
more money?
Yeah.
Well, and is that there's two sides to that, and they'll say that think of
They'll
millions
raise more money
for
for
charity,
Yeah.
and then the cynics might say someone else or some other people will make more money, and it's true for both, isn't it?
Yeah. Do people think it'll make it less special having it on 2 days?
I do. I think because it's the bit when you're down there, whatever day you get down there, you might normally get down Friday night, say, and then the Saturday you can feel the anticipation building during the day, and I think that's part of it. And if it's already going on, then it's going to change the whole sort of like feel of the thing.
I suppose though it's an unknown. Maybe it'll be like Glastonbury or something. Do you know what I mean? Where the whole weekend is like a festival, like a running. Do you know?
I'd tell you one good thing. I mean, having been lucky enough to do London 3 times, every time I'm thinking, oh, if only I could stop over after and have a few beers, but you have to get back on the train, work the next morning. It would be lovely if you were taking part in the Saturday, you knew you hadn't got to rush back, you could stop over the Saturday night and have a relaxed Sunday. That's definitely one positive point of it.
It'd be even harder to find a hotel room though.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Well, it's gonna again for London. It's a big money maker for lots of industries, isn't it? There.
So out of interest then, if all of us, there's nobody here that wouldn't want to do London, I don't think, or hasn't done London, what day would you prefer then?
Sunday always.
Yeah.
Sunday, because that is marathon
That's
day.
marathon day.
But Mark, you like Saturday, so you can stay over.
So you can go for
I
a drink.
like that. But how would I fit park running?
Do one before.
I suppose.
I'm
Turn
torn.
it to an ultra.
I'm torn with it. I think I'm on the fence with it, thinking, is Sunday still going to be London Marathon Day? Is Saturday going to be in the shadow a little bit?
London Marathon Day will be whenever the elite men run, won't it? Because that's what everybody wants to
Well,
see.
will it be on like TV both days? Or they have like the elite females on one day,
I think
elite
that
males
was
on another
rumoured,
day?
wasn't it? That they'd
Well, I
put
think
the
that's
elite.
I think that's to do that if it's on telly to have too many attractions on them both.
It wouldn't be on the BBC birthdays, would it?
No.
BBC One.
Because it's on all
I
day,
think
isn't it,
like,
really, on the Sunday?
even before when I was a kid, I used to, even I wasn't into running. You know, when London Marathon was on, there was something special on that Sunday morning on BBC One, like it still is, I think, still on BBC One. There's something special about it being. It's like FA Cup final day, and I'm not totally anti it. There's lots of positives about having it on the Saturday as well, but there's something that's, I don't know. I just worry about the magic being lost of it having on 2 days.
I think interesting. You turned around and talked about Glastonbury, and it
I
was
saw you
quite.
put your head in your hands.
Yeah. You know, in the previous episode where everyone was talking about London and talking, a bit of a. Do we see it as the greatest race or what have you? And I'm lucky, I've done it about 4 or 5 times, but mine were all pre the running boom having really kicked off. And London for me was the pinnacle race. It was the one, as a great runner, you wanted to go and do. And back in those, I remember my club was tiny and we used to get 3 club places. There were loads of club runners, good for age, and or Champs places, you know, loads and loads of places going to them. And London was a proper race. And I went and watched it 2 years ago because I had a number of clients in it. And there were people with their selfie sticks filming it. And it felt like people had entered London Marathon because they saw it like Glastonbury.
Yeah.
They saw it as, you see it, even with Manchester, people are doing Manchester Marathon group at the moment going, has anybody got a ticket for?
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's not a ticket. And it really annoys me when people say that. But, and that's how I think people view it. They view it as an event to go and partake in and then put it on social media. And that's already happened with it being 1 day. So the moment we then go and put it over 2 days, unlikely there's going to be extra Champs places, good for age places, and so on. And actually, it's a major. It is one of the 6 biggest races in the world. And I just wonder if it's getting too diluted. It was diluted last year. And if you put it over 2 days, does that then dilute the magic of London Marathon even further? And that probably makes me sound a little elitist as a runner. And I get the fact that I've got to bring myself out of my own bubble in that. But I don't know, I just feel like it's going to lose something.
No,
I don't think it's not really elitist since it's almost opening a whole new can of worms here. You know, what's a runner and what's not a runner for marathons and stuff, and cut-off times and things like that. And people ask, can I walk the whole thing? How much of it can I walk? And when have you done a marathon, or when have you done a walk and stuff like that? So
I'm not so worried about times, actually.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going out and you're doing a 5 or 6 hour time, I actually think that's harder than doing it in sub 3, because the amount of time you're touching the floor every time is significant. That part, absolutely fine. If you've trained for it, brilliant. But I think it's those people who are going into it, you know, perhaps they do park run every weekend, did the ballot, got in.
I think a lot of people watch it on telly on the Sunday, and I think because when they open the ballot, people watch it on telly, and I don't think people appreciate how hard training for a marathon is and how it takes over your life.
Yeah.
And they think, I can do that, because they see all the influencers with the selfie sticks.
But from what you were saying there, because on my previous job, I know like one lad and like 5 of his mates signed a Manchester Marathon, and they decided not to do it. But that's like 5, 6 places gone that, and it sells out every year.
Yeah.
And I think if you're not going to do it, don't sign up. And you can't refer it, you can't get your money back, so that's just 5 places lost.
Yeah. I think as well, there's that thought, isn't there, that you know, you've got people that are thinking about championship places, good for age spots, and then you've got those that just sit just under that get frustrated.
Like I never done London.
And then, in my opinion, would you prefer the guaranteed space over that exclusivity of it being the Sunday?
For someone who's never done it, I'll have it on one day.
Yeah.
I think it makes it more special. And if I eventually get in, I would have earned it. So it's like, if it's over 2 days and it's just a place, it's like, I'm not earned it, just giving it type of thing. I'd rather earn that place and do it that way. And I'll just keep it special.
Yeah.
I think I've entered the ballot 12 years and never got in on the ballot. I got in on a charity place from work, but I've never got in the ballot.
Yeah,
every single year.
12 years this year it'll be.
So you've got in once out of 12 or none?
None on the ballot. I've done it for charity.
And you've entered 12, so that's interesting. You've got 1 out of 12.
No, I didn't get the ballot. I got a charity place.
So none out of 12, none out of 12. Anybody?
I've had two charity places, and then 1 ballot place that came the year after I had a charity place. So it was I almost felt like a bit of a fraud that than the year before.
Yeah.
But I must have entered, I don't know how many times, 20 years.
Yeah, I've entered 15 times on the ballot and got in once, and then once on Good for Age.
I've never entered the ballot for that.
You've never entered the
ballot?
ballot?
No, I went to Berlin, which was epic, and Manchester Marathon, that's it. And other local ones, what I've done, but I've never applied for it.
I think if I had my time again, I did London as my first. I think if I had my time again, I'd do Manchester as my first. Yeah. I just found London too overwhelming, because you're away from home, you're not staying in your own bed. There was more people that I knew at Manchester. I was really overwhelmed in London. I was physically prepared, but I don't think I was mentally prepared for a marathon.
Yeah. It's loud, London, isn't it?
It's really loud.
the only way to describe it, isn't it?
All
Your
the
ears
way.
all the way.
I
I don't think that'll bother me.
As soon as it comes
You can't
off
really
Tower
describe it.
Bridge, that 12 to
Yeah.
14 and then back 20 to 22
Yeah.
is just... It's quite a narrow road,
It is, yeah.
actually. And it's claustrophobic and just the noise is phenomenal. You've
Think-
got to be prepared for it.
They used to say Canary Wharf, oh, it's quiet around there. Maybe relatively, but it's still pretty noisy around there. Yeah.
So thinking of the 2 days then, if London did go ahead with this, do you think that'd lead the way for the majors?
Definitely.
Everyone does it, I think. People felt.
Yeah.
But I think London's doing it because it's the hardest to get into.
Are the others as oversubscribed?
I don't think they're a bit easier to get into.
Yeah.
I think just London's the
I
hardest.
think you'd be
New
surprised
York
actually
Round.
on another running podcast, no, I wouldn't say a rival one, presented by a quite legendary retired female athlete
think
called
you name
Paula.
podcasts
She
on
had, yeah, I know. They had as a guest a few weeks ago the CEO of the Abbott majors, and she implicated that every one of the majors now is oversubscribed.
Yeah.
Substantially,
Wow.
not as much as London, but New York. I think
Yeah.
New York's even worse than London.
No, I'm sure I've seen facts online that say like there's like less than 1% chance of getting in London through the ballot.
Yeah,
And I think others are higher than that.
but they're all on ballot,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
definitely not guaranteed to get a place. All of them.
Yeah.
On the flip side, you understand it though, because there's more demand in running. There's a lot more people running now than there ever has been. I guess there's a lot more demand on event coordinators for, thinking about inclusivity and
Yeah.
disabilities, and then there's the charities as well. So it's become a bit of. I would not like to be any part of the organisation or events team with any marathons. I can't imagine how much of a.
See, it's
a
even
mind
getting
for that,
harder for charities. I work for a charity, and they do a charity ballot like the normal ballot. But with that, it is funny because if you win it if you get the ballot place 1 year, you can't enter them for 2 years, which I think is a fairer way of doing it. We've got a place, so then you can't enter.
Yeah.
But we haven't had a place since before COVID. We've entered every year and not got a place.
Wow. What's it cost now for a charity place?
I think last time I had it was I think it was just over £500.
Okay.
I'm sure.
But that's just a bog standard charity place, not with any
Yeah.
advertising or anything
Yeah.
in the expo or anything.
A lot of charity places like $2.5 grand now. You
Yeah.
need to raise money.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous.
At least
At least.
it's a massive pressure
Yeah.
when
Go
you get
back
that
to what you
place.
said though, you would rather earn it, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I'd rather earn it.
I think the other thing to consider as well, that selfishly we're all the runners thinking about us. What about the volunteers?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a
isn't it?
lot, and will the volunteers be expected to do 2 days, or are they going to look for double the amount of volunteers?
It's hard enough to find volunteers for 1 day.
Yeah,
Imagine to
and it's a
get
long
double
day,
that.
isn't it? A
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah.
long day. So I had
Yeah.
a friend that volunteered not last year, the year before, when I was running, and he was out for 13 hours. And it was funny because at the end when I met him, he was exhausted, and he was like, "How have you ran it?" And I look worse than you.
Yeah.
So is it feasible? Are they expecting people to be able to commit 2 days, or miraculously?
It'll change the whole demographics of the whole weekend, because there's lots of us who have to get to the expo, and I mean the only time when I've been, I have to get to the expo on the Saturday. How would that work if the race was on Saturday as well? Would the expo still be open, or would they now have to post numbers out, or they would insist you'd have to get there on Friday, which would be impossible for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
And there'd be twice as many people trying to get in the expo.
How
The
would,
expo will last a week long.
how would London cope with it? How would the Londoners cope with it all?
Because really, you're shut in the centre of London for 2
Exactly.
days,
Yeah.
aren't you?
I mean, obviously they've thought this through. I'd like to.
I
On
guess-
the whole,
I guess
The mayor
they
wants it to happen, doesn't he? Sadiq
Yeah.
Khan
I
wants
mean,
it
for
to
the
Yeah.
purposes of and I do wonder whether Manchester, if they see it happen, if Manchester would do it as well, because London, presumably, or Sadiq is looking at hospitality, the hotels,
Yeah.
all the rest of it will make a bomb if it's now on 2 days, not only one.
yeah.
And for an industry which is under quite pressure, actually, fab for them. I do wonder whether Manchester will look at it and go, well, we've already moved the finish line into the city centre. Actually, no, we're going to go 2 days as well, because that will boost everything in Manchester city centre.
So if it was Manchester 2 days, would it bother you doing Saturday or Sunday?
Manchester isn't a major, and I know that's really silly for me to think about it like that, but it's just slightly different in my view. And actually, I'm not sure, providing they had the same wave structure on both days, I'm not sure I'd be that fussed about whether I did Saturday or Sunday in Manchester. London is televised. London has elites coming from Kenya, from Ethiopia. It's a major. It is a Sunday race.
I wonder if you can choose a day, or you'd be given a day, say you'd be doing Saturday or Sunday, you would have a choice in it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Like you say, to do the work, earn your place,
Yeah.
and then be given the day you don't want.
Yeah.
What happens then?
Yeah, that's a good
What
move,
happens then
wouldn't
if you get a Sunday and I get a Saturday? Can we swap?
I don't know. Maybe this is old school. I just think an event is an event.
Yeah. And I wonder
it's that spontaneous. Everybody's doing it at the same time, sort of thing like that. That's what I think.
And I wonder as well if people are able to do both days. You imagine some people would want to, wouldn't they? Or would be able to enter once.
Yeah.
It's a good shout out, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind doing the Saturday if it was 2 days.
Yeah.
It wouldn't bother me. I'd probably make the most of enjoying the fact I could run the Saturday and watch the Sunday live, because I'm not there competing at any level that I would feel I'd need to be on the Sunday. I might change my mind on the Sunday when I've run the Saturday.
Yeah.
But we're all just assuming, aren't we? We're all assuming we know what's coming.
Might not even happen
They've
yet.
just dangled the carrot a little bit, haven't they? And thought,
And if it does happen,
let's see. We might be
it's
giving them ideas.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Brasher.
Taking our ideas.
But it's meant to be, the way it sounded, it would be a one-off. But if it was a success, would it be a one-off, or would this be the norm?
If it works, they do it again.
Yeah,
won't they?
I don't see how you then take it back out again.
Yeah.
So then let's flip it. Let's think about, should we say pros and cons then, to round up our discussion. So pros then.
50,000 more people
More
get a
people.
chance to run a fabulous race.
Yeah. Reduce disappointment. Yeah.
I don't think, would it reduce it that much? Because if only 1% of people are getting in, for how many is it usually? 57,000?
Oh, is it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So it's still a tiny, tiny amount of people that are entering that are going to get in anyway, aren't they?
So it's 2% chance.
Yeah.
It goes up. It's better.
Yeah.
Has to be a pro that it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Maybe they need to think about when they open the ballot, given off what
Yeah.
you said, Rachel, like you say, people are very easily influenced, aren't they,
Yeah.
where, you know, they're watching it
used
on the
to
telly
be-
and think, I could do this.
I remember the first times that I entered the ballot, it was only open until a certain amount of people had entered the ballot, and then it shut.
Yeah.
So you had to do it
The
as soon as
urgency.
it opened. But now it's open for days.
And it has changed in respect of if you'd had a ballot place, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not exactly sure how it used to be, then you couldn't have another ballot place, could you, for a certain amount of time?
I don't know. I don't think they've ever done that, have they?
Just the layout is slightly altered. I don't know if anybody could
Oh,
correct
no.
me.
In the old days, it was equally if you'd entered the ballot for, I
think it
can't
was
remember, it was
five,
4 or
wasn't
5
it?
times.
Then you'd be
You're
guaranteed.
guaranteed a space.
That's
But of
right.
course, running has just grown so
Yeah.
much. There's just
My
no
cousin
way.
had done it. He'd entered 4 times, and then the 5th time he was like, "I'm definitely getting in." Was the year that they changed it.
Oh, no.
So he
Gutting.
didn't get in.
I wonder if there is a fairer way, even given the huge amount of numbers, to take out having an extra day. I wonder if there is some sort of fairer way of doing it.
You see it on social media every year, don't there? There's discussions after the ballot results come out with all these weird and wonderful ways that they can make it easier and make it fairer, that if you've entered the ballot 12 times, you get 12 goals in the next ballot, or if you get a ballot place, you can't then enter for the next year. And there's got to be a way of changing it, hasn't there? So it's a bit fairer.
Any other pros? We're a bit low on the pros, aren't
Well,
we?
apart from mine being able to go
You'd
to
be
the
able
pub
to,
on the Saturday.
yeah, you could do a Saturday. Because I was
It's a
thinking,
valid point now.
yeah, because I was thinking, would it not be as crowded? You know, especially the start where all of the like waves all merge in. But if it's the
It's
same amount of runners on
Yeah.
double, that doesn't change, does it?
And will people try and jump in on days they're not supposed to?
Yeah,
That's the thing as well.
yeah.
Kate was saying about Birmingham, people are jumping the barrier to try to get in.
Yeah,
I can't do. I've been given Saturday, but I can't do Saturday, so I'm going to do my Sunday instead.
Yeah.
And we've all commented on allowed days, if you've been there and done it or spectated it, would all of London come out for the 2 days? Because it never fails to amaze me how like they are all out on the streets on that Sunday. Could the Londoners and whoever else, would they all be able to, would we get quite the same atmosphere of the 2 days?
Would be quite a Sunday then.
I think they'll move out and Airbnb the houses
Yeah.
out to us lot and make a killing.
Because that's one of the things that makes it so special.
I think going back to the pros, I mean, we don't quite know how it's going to work, but if it's over 2 days, do we get double the amount of championship places? Do we get double the amount of club places? So we are celebrating British talent rather than it just being charity and ballot.
Yeah.
I think I'd be more inclined to say go for it if that's what actually
Yeah,
happens.
that would feel
Yeah.
positive there.
Yeah. Especially when you think, because obviously it all changed, didn't it? So championship with the times sort of took into the good for age, which then takes the spaces away, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
doubling that up over both days.
And club places, you know,
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
If I think back to our small club got 3 places, try and get back to, even if you can't quite justify that because you've got to think about the charity places, but actually, you know, talking about earning a place, you know, the earning a place typically in the old days came from club runners, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
You know, so just show something back to us.
It could be an interesting podcast this time next year when all 8 of us are in. I'm like, do you remember when we said?
We're all doing it on Saturday.
Yeah, what a good idea, right?
You never know, do you? So then the negatives, then we've said, haven't we, might lose the magic of the 1 day.
I
Not
think
really
it'd
sure.
be really sad if it did go over 2 days and then you've not got say you're in London doing your first ever marathon on the Saturday and the support's not like London Marathon, because that is the magic of London. It's the crowded streets, like Mark was saying. There's something so special about the streets of London at London Marathon, and if it's your first and only chance of doing London and it's not that special atmosphere that you hear about, it'd be dead sad.
A lot of that, though, I think, is the people that the runners bring with them. You know, it's all the family and the friends and the signs, and you're still going to have all of that, you know, whichever day.
I think that excitement of being up at the start line with those 50 or however many people are there, 50,000 people, that alone, when you're getting off the train, walking up there and just being up there for an hour, gets you really excited as it is. So actually you'll still get that either day. And if you've got 50,000 people going around, even if the crowds are slightly lower, you're still going to have quite an atmosphere going around.
I'd like a discussion on a future podcast about whether spectators should get a medal.
It's hard work.
Having done that and being squeezed on a tube and trying to get to mile 7, mile 14, I needed something at the end of that, a reward.
If you can demonstrate you walked 18 miles,
Yeah.
then you can have one.
And it has to go on Strava.
Yeah, it probably did.
Is there anything else we want to add? Anything that we might have missed? We just need to know a bit more information, don't we? We're all very much assuming. I think they've planted the seed to see what the feedback is, haven't they? And we'll take from it. We will see.
Interesting to see.
They'll probably make. When do you think they'll make an official announcement after this one?
Reckon,
Well, they'll have to, because they usually open the ballot and it's for next year's, isn't it?
Yeah, it does say 2027.
Next couple of weeks,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
I think it'll happen. I think there's so much out about it already. I think.
So get your hotels
I
booked
think-
now for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night.
You'd be very surprised if they then went, actually, no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's happening.
Well, everyone else will have to let us know their thoughts, what they think.
I'll do a podcast from the pub on the Saturday night.
Fab. Okay, so quick fire round then with favourite races. So, Claire, favourite race?
Conway Half Marathon.
James?
Valencia Marathon.
Rachel?
Tour of Tameside.
James?
Race to train.
Leo?
The Excalibur in Mulfama.
Cara?
I'm going to say Oldham half.
Mark?
Controversial, I would say Manchester Marathon, just for the atmosphere, the local atmosphere.
I'm going to say Manchester Half Marathon. I was toying
one?
between
Which
the marathon
one?
and
Which
half
one?
the October one.
Yeah.
Yeah. definitely. So we're going to do some race shout-outs as well. So, do you want to do?
Yeah, we've Hyde Striders races Stride Through the Woods, which is the 13th of May, and Millbrook Monster is on the 30th of June. Both available on Nifty.
Perfect. Leo, you've got a
Yeah,
shout-out?
please. Yeah, it's Bellevue races, Mad Hatters Trail Race in Reddish Vale at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, the 6th of May. You can book that on bookerzone.com. And there's one for Swinton Ladies 5-mile race over in Worsley in Manchester, and that is on Sunday the 3rd of May.
Perfect.
And I'll mention men's front runners. It's a Peter Cake 10k, partly because I set the race up many years ago. But that's first weekend of May, and that is also on Booker.
Any other race shout-outs?
Yes, Stockport Harriers have got the Offerton 5, which I think this year is on Tuesday the 5th of May, and it starts and finishes at Woodbank Stadium. I think it's a 7 o'clock start.
Yeah. Lots to get booked on then. Brilliant.
So that's it for this episode. In our next interview, we'll have our first ever guest coming back on the podcast. He was our first ever in-person interview in the loudest pub in the world on a Wednesday night. He has PBs of 5k 14:20, 10k 29:20, half 65:22, marathon 2:19:33, 50k 2:58:46, 100k 6 hours 31 minutes and 4 seconds. We will be welcoming back and speaking to Dave Barrett. So get those questions in for Dave.
I feel sick listening to that.
And remember, your mind is your most powerful muscle.